Can we find a way to make our hair look the way it looks when it's like 70% dry, but just have it stay that way? Because I just feel like this is when my hair looks best. Anyways, for today's video, this is a good sign. Actually, a lot of the things that I've made this spring, summer, I want to make another version of because I actually like the pieces and I actually wear them. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that's a rare occurrence. And the dilemma becomes like, oh, I don't like to make duplicate items because it doesn't make for very interesting content, especially if I'm not going to write a pattern for it. But I figure that I could just make another one of my finishing all my works in progress type videos. The first one that we have in progress is another poncho. I have that green sparkly one that I made earlier this year and I've been wearing it all the time. I freaking love it. And I mentioned in that video that I have the same We Are Knitters sparkling cotton in this silver color. I don't know, if you didn't watch that video, the poncho is basically just like two rectangles that you seam together at the shoulders. It's so mindless, so it's really the perfect project to work on when you want something easy and rewarding. This rectangle honestly got a lot longer than I realized. I'm almost done with my first ball of yarn. I'm probably like 2/3 or 3/4 of the way done with it. And look, I'm wearing my top that I made in my last video. I have been so obsessed with this. I'm definitely gonna make another one of these. I just need to wait for the right yarn to come in because I placed like a big summer yarn order. I'm heading out soon to meet up with Meg and get some photos. I already have on my silver necklace and earrings and ring stack. Please ignore how grown out my nails are. And very exciting, our scent for today is a new one. I've talked about the perfume brand Lore like a million times, but they have this new scent called Lil Softy. Based on the notes, I did not think I was gonna like this one. I'll put them on screen. It is on the sweeter end, which normally I don't love. Like I definitely can smell the cereal milk, but as with all their scents, there's like other like notes and like body and depth to it that doesn't make it feel like unidimensionally or overpoweringly sweet. I think I'm gonna wear this just with some little black kitten heels, and obviously my first instinct is to put on a black bag, but I think I'm actually gonna go with this hot pink vintage express bag that I stole from my mom's closet. I just feel like it adds like a fun pop of color for summer. And we just have to chuck my project bag and some more yarn in here, and we are good to go. I also forgot to mention that today there's a heat wave and there's like hazardous air from the wildfire in Canada. So we're not actually trying to be outside for that long. We're just gonna get Meg the photos she needs for her deadline, and then we're gonna go the fuck back inside. Slay. There's someone in the background.
Outfit change.
Me and my goth baddie on the streets of Soho. Oh, big bite. Yeah. Okay, it's a video, so I don't. You're just smiling.
Cheers.
Oh god, mine's really full.
That's so
You don't understand reading this? What's the highlight of my
Poncho gang, 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 gang. Wait, it's cute.
I think the lengths are like awkwardly the same.
They are awkwardly the same.
So it's like, I tried to make this like a little shorter, but then...
Let me see. Oh, it's so cute.
like
Oh.
I just need to put another beat there.
Oh, I see, I see.
Yeah.
Look at my lamp and Karen's apartment. So cute. My leftovers. It's all a ploy. Those are pretty swag, I can't lie.
Oh, I do need
So
some indoor
soft.
slippers.
Choosing between jammies. It's so cute. As if she doesn't have enough. It is cute. Okay, first things first, look at my new jammies. Every time Hope and Alan come to New York, I don't know how this became a thing. We go to the Gelato Peak store. They do like really cute, really soft pajamas, and Hope got like a polar bear set, and then she surprised me by getting me the penguin, and then I have these little like penguin printed shorts as well. And it's this new material that's like really, really soft and plush, but supposed to still be breathable so that you can wear like the plush fabric in the summer. And so far I'm wearing it and I'm not that warm. It's been a weird week. There was like really toxic air here in New York, and then it was raining. So there was toxic rain. And then we had like a really bad heat wave. And then we now have this parasite that causes explosive diarrhea. And I'm like, what's going on? So I've also been kind of in a weird mood and like haven't really been knitting that much, but I did finish the first panel. And I kind of mentioned this in my other poncho video, but the way I would think about it, the width of your panel is basically like the length from your neckline to how long you want it to be on your arm. And then the length of your panel is gonna be like the width of your neckline plus how long you want it to go down your arm. So the way this is gonna sit on my body is kind of like this, and then this will be the point. So it might be a little bit long right now. I usually err on the side of making it a little bit longer. And then when I go to attach my two rectangles, I take a few rows off if I need to. Like I try to like connect it and like play around with the fit a little bit. But I'm working on the second panel here, and it's just gonna be the same measurements as this one. One thing I forgot to mention, I do use a stretchy cast on, but not a stretchy bind off. I just find that a stretchy bind off can look a little messy, so I like to do the stretchy cast on and have that be like the part that you seam together, and then have the not stretchy cast off be at the bottom edge, because I feel like, I don't know, it just looks a little bit more neat. I find that a normal cast off often works as long as you like do it loosely enough. And I thought I would show you my next project since we're almost done with the poncho. This is the Dusk bag pattern from Loose Ends. I'm also using the Loose Ends yarn. I have made two of these bags before. They're somewhere in my closet. I wish I sold them in that video where I was selling some stuff I made. I might still list them. I've made a red Dusk bag, and I've also made like a pink triangle tote, another one of Loose Ends patterns. But I will say with those, I use the Friends ribbon from Hobby, and I don't really use those bags, but my friend Nadia made also a red Dusk bag, and she said that like as she used it, the yarn did start to pill. So I think like the Loose Ends yarn, which is like true t-shirt yarn, is probably better if you want like a long lasting project. And so you can see I'm basically almost done with the body of the bag. I might do like one or two more rows, but when you connect these sides, you add more stitches and add more width. So I don't want to make it too wide. And then all I have to do is make the handle. So I'm decently far along with this one, honestly. Like it'll probably take me around an hour to finish this. And then once I finish these two, I'll show you our last project. I'm kind of annoyed. I just checked the weather and it's like a little bit rainy the next few days. So now I'm feeling a lot of pressure to take advantage of the good weather. I also just realized that I'm going to lose access to my building amenities soon because we only had them free for like the first whatever term of the lease that was signed, and I like took over this lease and yada yada. So I'm not gonna have rooftop access soon. So I might like put on a little swimsuit and just go crochet on the roof because yeah, with like the air is dangerous and I can't eat vegetables past few days. I haven't really been spending a lot of time outside. Like sorry, I'm like so rambling here, but my body is like always tanner than my face, right? And I use these Coco and Eve like face tanning products to make it match my body. I usually have to do that every week. And then this past week I was like, wait, I don't even need to tan my face because my body is just like not that tan anymore because I've been inside. So we need to be outside, which means I'm gonna have to change into my really comfortable jammies, unfortunately.
wait, they do a lap in 1 second?
No.
Oh god. No, it is I like this, but I don't know if I would want to smell like this.
Okay.
This one's a little potpourri-ish for me, I think.
And each collection has like a different theme.
Oh, well, it smells like really grassy in this
Yeah.
thing. Now, would you look at that? We have a very exciting update. 2 projects now done. Here's the poncho. Honestly, when I was working it up, I was feeling a little bit iffy about the kind of like gray silver color, but now that it's done, I love it. I feel like it kind of gives like a sparkly Y2K vibe. And you will see that the back is very long. I basically ended up deciding to make this for my friend Zoe because she wanted one. And Zoe actually has boobs, unlike me. So I think this like longer side will sit in the front for her. The more boobage you have, the more length you need. See, like this goes really far down on me, but I feel like it'd probably fall at a more normal length for her. And I have the measurements that I use for my poncho in the description of my poncho video, but I honestly don't like to be prescriptive about the measurements because when you are like knitting on looser needles like this, the fabric stretches a lot in both directions. Like I feel like a lot of the struggle people are having is that like they lay their rectangle flat and they try to measure it, but you can like really stretch it one way or the other. So the best way to figure out the measurements is just to look at it on your body, right? Like you can see how the width of a rectangle is right here from like shoulder to elbow. And then the length of the rectangle is from like here to the other elbow. That's why I was saying like this is the length of your rectangle and this is the width. And I think it's best to just go off of your own body because like everyone's a different shape and if you're using different yarn, the way it like drapes is different. So that's my 2 cents on that. Oh, and people ask how much I use. I use pretty much exactly around 3 balls of the Weird Knitters cotton to make one of these. So it also doesn't use like that much yarn, which is nice. And then here I have my finished Dusk bag. This is my first time actually leaving the ends out and I really like how it looks. It gives it a nice touch. I forgot to mention, in the pattern, loose ends doubles up 2 strands of the yarn. I personally don't like to do that because I do think it makes the bag a little bit heavier. So I actually just use 1 strand and like the same normal, I think it's a 12, let me check. Yeah, this is a 12mm hook. So I just use a 12mm hook and 1 strand of yarn. And I feel like it still gives like the same chunky look and it's still very sturdy, but it's just not quite as heavy. The original Dusk bag's on the smaller end. I kind of like this medium size. So I pretty much take all the stitch counts and just multiply them by 1.5. And it'll give you like this size. So the bag's a little larger, it can hold a little bit more, and the strap is a little longer. I don't like bags with really short straps because it's like hard to put on your shoulder if you're like wearing a coat or something. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I only used 1 like cake of the loose ends yarn because I only used 1 strand. So it's also very yarn efficient if you want to make yourself one of these. Just in general, guys, I've been having such a fun week in New York. I feel like this is the first time I don't have like a lot of active brand deals going. And I'm obviously grateful to have a lot of brand deals, but it is nice to have a break. So like yesterday, I went and got a massage at Spencer's, their Soho location, although I think they just opened a Williamsburg location. I normally get their full body deep tissue massage, but I got just head, neck, and shoulders. And that is definitely the move if you have a lot of shoulder tension like me, because I'm like, I need a full hour of you just working out my shoulder knots. Oh, and I also want to show you the scent that I ended up picking at Aloria. It was really interesting to do a blind smelling experience. In general, I would recommend if you're like ever scent shopping, to try and smell things without looking at the notes in them. Because when I did the blind smelling, I picked 6 scents that I liked. 2 of them were woody, 2 of them were fresh, and 2 of them were warm, but none of them were floral. And then when I went to the display and started smelling the florals, I was like, oh, maybe I do like these. Because the thing is, I like flowers. So if you tell me something's gonna smell like a flower, I feel like I'm immediately more primed to like it. Versus when I was just smelling the scents with no context, a lot of the florals were coming off a little bit too like heavy or feminine or almost like potpourri-ish. But I did end up getting Gentle Shower, and I wish you could smell this through the camera. The top note is perla leaf. Like when I blind smelled it, I was like, this smells like something that I know is Asian, but I can't name it. And it's very green and herbaceous and fresh. I think it's really good for the summer weather when it just feels like gross and sticky. This is just like a good kind of like pick-me-up scent. It is like very green. So I actually like layering this with some of my sweeter scents. This one I've also mentioned a lot in my videos. This is Lovely and a Little Twisted from Lore. They're very similar color. And this is a little bit on the sweeter end. It has notes of like rose milk and patchouli, but I feel like these layered together is like a really good like sweet but fresh combo. I don't know, I've really been in my scent era. And now for our last abandoned project, I made the Loopy Studios neck cap in one of my videos this summer. Here, I guess I'll try and show you what this looks like without messing up my hair too much. I think this will be a lot cuter when my perm has settled a little bit. I just think my hair is kind of like big right now. And so I haven't really been reaching for it, even though it is really pretty and I like love the little beads dangling. I think my hair needs to be a little bit more sleek, but I wanted to try and make like another version of this hat. And I do think I want to go for like a slightly thicker yarn. So this is the same yarn that I made this poncho out of. And I'm not going for as like intricate of a design. Like this obviously has like a really beautiful motif and like scallops at the bottom. I want this one to be just like pretty straightforward, like mesh. You can see I already did the top part of it, but I saw this mesh cap on Pinterest and they had like silver jump rings sewed onto like this part. And I feel like that would be so sick. And I do have a bunch of those silver rings. I legitimately cannot remember why I bought them, but I do have them. And I'm thinking like maybe a cap that's like a little bit thicker, a little bit more structured, that goes a little further down and has more detailing like here, might balance out my head a little bit more. It's very possible I make this cap and I also hate how it looks on my head. I do have like a pretty big flat head, so I feel like normal hat patterns also just don't really accommodate me that well. I usually have to adjust them for my big Chinese head. Anyway, I need to get changed because I have an event around 6 for Lore, actually, the perfume brand I was just talking about. I think I'm gonna head in the city a little bit earlier and just find a cafe to crochet at. Maybe get some Greek froyo. It's like a Greek froyo summer in New York, but the thing is, there's always a freaking line, like even in the middle of the weekday. So I'll try, but I may be unsuccessful. Okay, here's a top that I have not whipped out since last summer. I got this when I was thrifting in Portugal. And it's just like so fun and a little bit clowncore, but I also love it. Throwing on the usual ring stack. Oh, I forgot to show you. I just got my nails redone this morning. Crystal slayed as always. I really wanted to try these like disco ball nails, but I thought it would be a lot if I had them on all my nails. So I did some other kind of like white and silver designs. Add my sunnies. Obviously need to layer on some Lore. And yeah, I think we're ready to go. Wait, I like her spiral. It looks cool.
It would be the best day ever if Grace put this in a video. I'm pattern testing for Grace. It's a little short for me, so don't know what's wrong with her pattern.
No, we are trying. Even that is very hard. It goes out immediately.
Oh, it's coming from that side.
Grace, we're close. We're close. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god, no. Oh my god, no. Happy birthday to you!
What if I'm not ready yet?
That's crazy. Wait, let me see.
All right. Our last project is finally done. It has been a few days. I hallucinated the fact that I had these 1-inch silver rings. I did not. I only had them in gold. So I had to order them and wait for them to get here. And I'm not gonna lie, the hat without the rings was really giving person you would see busking on the Venice Beach boardwalk. If you have lived in LA or been there, you'll understand what I mean by that. I do think the rings helped. I literally just like sewed them along the edge, and you're probably like, why do these look wonky as fuck right now? Basically, you kind of have to stretch out this band part while you sew them on. Otherwise it gets too tight and then it like won't stretch over your head. So these will line up once I put them on. And for the hat itself, guys, I had to start over so many times because I have like, I don't know, head dysmorphia. I didn't realize how big my head is. And I kept being like, okay, like we've probably finished the top part and it's time to just like work straight down. And then I'd put it on my head and be like, never mind, that covers literally just the very tippy top of my head. But yeah, I was just working double crochet with like a chain 2 space. And I don't really know how I did the math on this, but I feel like it worked out. And then on the bottom, I just did 3 rows of like a linked double crochet so that it would be like a little bit tighter and not stretch out too much. And okay, I was gonna try it on for you, but it's gonna look actually insane with this outfit. So let me change really quickly. And there we go. Like what are our thoughts on this? If you saw me walking down the street, would you be like, what a sick hat she has on? Or would you be like, she looks like she's busking on the Venice Beach boardwalk? Here's what I'll say. Am I gonna be reaching for this all the time? Probably not, but would I not feel crazy wearing it in public like I do with the green one? Yes. So I'm gonna take it as a win. This definitely like suits my head size and shape a lot better, and the rings really are a cool detail. It also like weighs the hat down so that it's not like popping off my giant head. I need to figure out how to style it, but it's growing on me. I'm going to the pool today and I'm wearing a white bikini with like silver detailing, and I'm like, maybe I can just like wear this hat with the bikini because I feel like this with wet hair would also look really sick. So we're gonna take this as a W. I'm feeling this tentatively, hesitantly feeling it. Oh my gosh, but imagine if I wore this hat with this poncho. This is really fortune teller core. I actually did wear this poncho yesterday when I went to go sunbathe in the park. I wore it with like little shorts and a silver belt and some cowboy boots and a hat and some pigtails. I mean, I'll just insert a photo. I was feeling myself. I was like, this is giving very much like cool girl festival vibes. And then for a second I was like, Zoe, I'm not giving you the poncho anymore. But no, I am going to give it to her because how many ponchos does a girl need? I actually do want to make another poncho, which, speaking of, we have a little yarn haul. I placed a giant hobby order, and honestly, I should have done this like at the beginning of the summer because now I only have a month to try and make all these projects I want to make. But they have some like new to me summer yarns that I really want to try. I normally use the Friends Cotton 8/4, but I got their rainbow bamboo, which I'm pretty sure I've used it before. It's similar to the cotton, but I would say it has like a softer skin feel. It's like a little bit more slippery. I also picked the bamboo because they had this like specific shade of blue that I wanted. Next, I have 2 colors of this Friends cotton silk. This is a lightweight yarn, and you can see the strand has some texture to it. I'd probably knit with this, and I feel like it would work up into like a really cool look. I got just like a cream and this kind of bright blue. I also wanted to try Seashell. This is a cotton viscose linen blend, and this is a fine weight yarn, so I feel like this could work for crocheting or knitting. I actually want to use this to crochet another one of like my diagonal cutout button top things. That pattern is currently in testing, by the way, but I want to make a version that's like actually summer warm weather appropriate. And then last up, this is the one I'm most excited for. It's the Rococo linen, and I don't know if you can tell, but this yarn is like very slubby. Like the strand really varies in thickness, and I think this would look really cool knit or crocheted. It's what weight is it? This is a super fine. So I feel like if you knit this with like larger needles and made yet another poncho, that would look sick. Or if you crocheted with it, like, you know, the top I made in my last video, the like striped top, but if you crocheted a version with like this yarn, I feel like it would give you like a really cool texture, and I absolutely love both of these colors. So yeah, you can look forward to me using those yarns in our upcoming videos. Oh, and the last thing I wanted to show you, I completely forgot to mention that one of my favorite things about these t-shirt yarn bags is how easy they are to embellish, because you can kind of attach stuff to it anywhere. So I just have on this like little pearl bow charm, but on my red Dusk bag, I had like a charm necklace going like this. Or even, one second, I have this like pink flower earring that matches perfectly. And I could literally stab this like into one of the t-shirt yarn strands and put the backing on it. And that would be a really cute little detail. This is, who knows when I'll get around to this, but I also want to make like a black t-shirt yarn bag and then take rings kind of like these ones and like incorporate them all over. I feel like that would look so sick, which is making me realize that maybe I should have bought more of these rings. I got a pack of 20, which was exactly how many I needed. Kind of shook there's 20 rings on here. Like, I need to stop talking about how big my head is, but it's like really kind of blowing my mind a little bit. But yeah, I guess I would get more of these and then do this like very kind of like edgy, almost like there's this Dior saddle bag that has like nipple piercing kind of vibes on it. Obviously it wouldn't look like that, but that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point. This was very good that we did this, because now I have a clean slate and I can focus on using my new yarn and trying to churn out as many summer projects as I can in the like 1 month of summer that's left. Summer isn't over yet. Okay. Yeah, it's always good for me to do this periodically. I might have to do another one in the winter because I low-key have some abandoned winter projects too, but we don't need to talk about that. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye guys.